State tournament under her for 3 straight years. They made it to the second round last year after round of 16 the season before. So again, we are underway from Stark Vegas. Ole Miss controls the opening tip. They're in their road navy blues. Madison Scott, preseason first-team All-SEC performer, still has the ball. They have Okut on her to start, and maybe she disrupted that shot.
And that is the plan, to have Medina caught at 6'6", guarding Scott today. See if that big, long frame and those arms can disrupt her.
Mississippi State lost to Tennessee on Thursday. And Ole Miss, a good win coming into this game as well. Shot clock is down to 5. Down to Okut, and Okut. This Ole Miss team just destroyed Florida in their last game. 94 points they put up. That's the most they've scored in an SEC game since 2006. Sadler, 3 off the mark, and Okut with the rebound. Mississippi State's men had a thriller of a win last night against Ole Miss, and they're hoping to duplicate that today. This crowd has come back today for the women's game, and a foul.
The versatility of Okut, her ability to pick, roll, grab at 6'6", and finish at the rim. Terrific mobility. She is still raw, I think, as a player. Just started playing 5 seasons ago, 5 years ago. Played volleyball, you mentioned, before that.
Poe going inside. Knocked away. Of course, defense is what Ole Miss prides itself on. DeShields with the 3 as the shot clock expired. That is just her 15th made 3 of the season.
And good timing right there. You want that from your point guard, knowing time, score, situation.
Big bucket for her, too. She did not have a good shooting night against Tennessee, and then Maddie Scott quiets the crowd with the baseline jumper.
Yeah, I love Maddie Scott's mid-range game. She is so tough with those long arms.
She's so smooth.
Oh, yeah. We could say that about a lot of players out here. Thienou is obviously very smooth as a freshman, and you see another smooth player right there getting to the rim, and Russell.
Star Jacobs working on Pogue. Nice take. Just doesn't go down.
Mississippi State doing a terrific job on the boards right now. You do not want to let Ole Miss get offensive rebounds. Getting a hand in their face on shots, and then definitely Okut is drawing in those boards.
Russell again. Shot clock going under 10 again. Kennedy Todd Williams, that's a long 2. Okut with the rebound. DeShields again. Get a collective sigh from the fans.
Feeling confident.
Good to see her taking that shot there. Kennedy Todd Williams, yes!
Yeah, I thought Mississippi State got lucky a moment ago when they went behind a screen on that last time down.
Jordan got caught, picked up her dribble. It's one thing that they don't want to do. Shot clock about to expire. Oh, are you kidding me? Dabrisha Poe. Poe, over 70% of her made shots have been 3s this season. Sadler, nice move in the lane, and again the lid remains on the basket for the Rebels. DeShields pushing pace. And no turnovers in this game so far. It's clean.
Yeah, it is clean. Something that certainly Mississippi State wanted to have today is a game with not very many turnovers. They wanted to control the boards, and they've done that for the most part.
Incredible basketball player, first-team All-SEC preseason selection. She had a 4.0 in her master's program in terms of her GPA in the fall. She has already gotten her undergrad degree in psychology, interested in the coaching profession.
And I love the fact that these players that are having extra years and able to get their graduate degrees are so focused on the court, but also off the court, and their futures, and invested and have the opportunity to get this education.
Some full court pressure by Ole Miss.
And State did not do well against Tennessee on Thursday against full court pressure.
And they break it nicely that time. Jerkayla Jordan with the assist to Okut, who already has 5 rebounds. Jordan typically has her best games against the better teams. I would put this in that category, so we'll have to watch out for her. McFall off the mark. Thienou in the open floor, got bumped. Yeah, great athletes in any sport make what they do look easy, and I think Thienou is in that category already. Shot clock down to 7. McFall blocked partially, picked up by Jordan, didn't reset the shot clock, and Jordan, with the shot clock about to expire, scores again.
I think Ole Miss was just so concerned about a caught on the boards right there that they forgot about Jordan.
Scott, yes, Madison Scott. That's what your leaders do. They just put the team on their back, and you can tell that's what she's trying to do right now. The double team of Jordan. We want no live ball turnovers, but that's a 10-second violation.
Be more physical and assertive at the offensive end against that press.
Charlie Cream has both these teams in the NCAA tournament at the moment. His bracketology now twice a week on the ESPN website, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Scott has Russell on her, and Maddie Scott and one.
Come on.
She is the heart and soul of this Rebel team.
Now Thomas is in the game at 6'2", quite a difference.
Poe loves to shoot the three. We saw her make one earlier. They actually reviewed that three during the timeout, but they confirmed it was good. And now two of the more veteran players in the SEC on the floor at the same time. KK Dean's also in right now for Ole Miss. Good look inside. Scott with the assist to Iwala.
I love those screens in the middle of the floor. No help. You have somebody that's a great passer and scorer. Good things happen.
Iwala playing the 5 at Ole Miss this year. She played the 4 at UCLA. She's in the middle of that D right now. Russell, good pass. Well, women's basketball takes center stage every Thursday here on SEC Network. Texas and Tennessee.
You and I were talking about the Texas-Tennessee game.
Yeah.
Two great teams that will collide.
Jacobs with the take. Went right by a caught.
Love Star Jacobs, what she brings to the table for this Ole Miss team. Nice.
There's a steal. Can she save it? Yes. Jacobs out to Thienou. Thienou. The defense fell off her and she took advantage of it. Shot clock is off. Final seconds of the quarter. McFall looking for that final shot. Gets it. So we've played 10 minutes of intense. So yes, we're talking about bracketology, but hey, we're 2 months away from Selection Sunday, Andrea.
Well, I think more importantly that, in this tough SEC, you do not want to fall down in the rankings. You need every win you can get, and especially you need to defend your home court if your state in this situation is such a competitive SEC this season.
Mississippi State had a big win.
Ole Miss off the boards, and how well do they keep them out of their transition and getting transition baskets?
Well, Kennedy Todd Williams has been on fire in this game so far.
That's the thing for Ole Miss, that what they lack in size in the middle with a big center, they have people that go 6'1", 6 foot, 6'1", 6'1" on the perimeter for their 2, 3, 4, and 5, and they just have the ability to play in that mid-range game or knock down a 3. They're so experienced.
Jordan left open, yes. It's like a layup for everybody else.
Yeah, again, middle of the floor, that 27-foot shot right there, that is her game.
Scott on the miss, Jordan with a rebound. Jordan looking up, Kennedy Todd Williams on her, and she just powers it up and in. Very dynamic as well. 6 points for Jordan. Scott, defended by Poe, has to get rid of it. Sadler got the screen from Iwala. Shot was there, just off the mark. McFall flips it behind her. Jordan, yes! Kayla Jordan trying to take this game over. She scored on her last 3 trips down the floor. Thienou on the drive.
Wow, that step is just...
Has a deal with a sauce maker. She actually created the flavor. Not too spicy. She said she didn't want to burn anybody's grandmother's mouth. That was her quote. Thienou gets another steal, but DeShields was there to swat it out of bounds.
Obviously the younger sister of someone named DeShields as well.
Yeah, Diamond has actually been to some games here. She was at Tennessee on Thursday. Madison Scott continues to pour in the bucket. She's been the majority of their offense.
She's just like you said, a vacuum in there.
Good takeaway.
Let's see if Ole Miss can get some transition buckets. They have had 0 yet in the game.
Madison Scott.
In this tough man-to-man defense for Ole Miss.
1-point lead for Ole Miss. Jordan off the mark, and now Ole Miss can build on this lead. Mississippi State has led for the majority of the half so far. Being spinning away. Oh, what a battle between she and Jordan.
The bench play too right now. Ole Miss has gone 7 deep, and Mississippi State with 9 players here today. You wonder how that's going to play out over the course of a hard-fought game.
Jacobs. Wow, how did she do that?
Euro step, what they call the Euro step, but they do all over the world, where you get almost 2 steps before you shoot the ball. A little bit of a transition. One of the things that translates really well, though, is rebounding. She has been really good on the board, Scott has. And I think Ole Miss has been having to work very hard getting 2 bodies on her.
Wallow came in from UCLA, missed that shot, but again, another offensive rebound for Ole Miss. Jacobs.
Yeah, first clean look right there for Ole Miss after a couple of shots at the rim. McCott impacting things defensively.
11 unanswered points by the Rebels on the road. McFall throws it up and in. Under a minute to play in the half.
And Ole Miss going with a taller lineup right now. Got that big lineup in.
They call their big lineup. They bring in Iwala. Only player that's a starter not on the floor now is Sadler. Kennedy Todd Williams hangs in the air and buries it. Her nickname is Toddy, and that fits when you're in an Ole Miss uniform. Toddy's hottie. DeShields got past Thienou.
Couldn't finish right there. That's too bad. DeShields at 5'5". It's a tall task to go inside against those trees.
Coach Yo telling her team to hold it for the last shot. Iwala looking into Jacobs. Out to Williams. And that'll end the half. So Ole Miss
put the ball on the floor with a head of steam and force the officials to make a call instead of just taking fadeaway jump shots.
So we'll see if Ole Miss can continue the way they ended that first half, and they do, scoring on the first possession. Madison Scott, who now has 15 points. She has one off her season high this year of 16. What a game for her. And should be pointed out, this is the only time these two are scheduled to play in the regular season this year. So it could be the last time Madison Scott ever plays Mississippi State. Anaya Russell with the 3.
Yeah, Russell was hot coming out of the gate at the beginning of this game. Her offense is much needed, and right now State going back to that zone defense, their 2 defense.
Nice look inside. Jacobs with the finish.
That's pretty offense right there. And again, when you have Scott at the high post making decisions, she usually makes terrific decisions.
DeShields lobs it over to Akot, and that's what she does best. One of the best in the already has 10 rebounds, now 8 points. Scott working on Akot. Missed it. Toe with a rebound. Mississippi State within 4. Russell, who just scored on the last possession, draws the foul. Russell, her first year as a full-time starter in college basketball. One of only 2 players in the SEC averaging 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And the Bulldogs within 3. This is going to be a battle. Thienou looking into Scott. Madison Scott had just opened up for her.
It's just such a pretty play right there against the zone. A set play, taking their time, and again, finding Scott in the middle. She is a master when she gets in the middle of that zone with the length, her vision, her ability to score.
That's now a season high in points for Madison Scott with 17. Jaquela Jordan, nice move.
That is such a pretty finger roll right there. And again, 2 times down that State has taken the ball to the hoop, forced the defense to guard them all the way to the rim.
Jordan now in double figures with 11. Scott, oh, what a move. Went baseline after the fake, drew the foul and won. She makes this free throw. She'll have 20 right now at 19. And the Shields calling out the offense. Saw her sister Diamond at halftime. She's here watching today. Denham to Shields on the take. And draws the foul on Sadler. And now is hoping to become an entrepreneur one day. This is some of the lineage of their family. Her mom, Tish, was a heck of a track athlete at Tennessee. Of course, her dad, Thienou, 13 seasons in the majors. Her brother, Thienou Jr., also a Major League Baseball player, and Diamond's done incredible things in the WNBA. But Coach Purcell said that when he signed her, when she was going to transfer from UAB to Shields, drove herself to Starkville and pulled the U-Haul with all her stuff. He said, I tried to set it up with my coaches to go help her move. Shot clock down to 5. Thienou. Russell pushing it. And Madison Scott was tying her up, and yes, it is a jump ball. Fall back in for Mississippi State. One of those transfers that's learning this system. And Jaquela Jordan drawing another foul on Kennedy Todd Williams. We're on SEC Network and the ESPN app. Florida hosting Georgia, Oklahoma against Alabama. Another exciting night of gymnastics on the SEC.
Are you a big gymnastics guy?
I love it.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
It's one of my
such
favorite.
a cool sport.
One of my favorite sports in the Olympics. That is so much fun to watch.
But even if you haven't watched one on television, you got to go to one in person, especially in the SEC.
She too, just getting used to the SEC after transferring from UCLA.
Playing a different position for Coach Yo at UCLA. She played the 4, plays the 5.
And a lefty inside. There's not many of those.
Love my lefties.
Yeah.
Russell. Good D by Star Jacobs. Yeah. Russell still got a shot off. Montague with the offensive board. And the stick back. Had to work hard for that bucket.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was tough work on the inside. She is working hard off the bench for State right now.
Scott off the mark. Iwala with the offensive rebound. Somehow McFall picks it up to Jordan. We are tied. Ole Miss hasn't scored since 7:44 left in this quarter. And the lid remains on the basket for the Rebels. Chance for Mississippi State to take the lead. McFall one-on-one with Kennedy Todd Williams. Yes, trying to draw that foul as well.
Scott is so good offensively right now. She needs the ball in her hands.
That's her with the ball in her hands. Jacobs, one-on-one with Montague. Reverse layup is missed. Montague.
Not much there to call, but a good job of being aggressive to the hoop for Jacobs.
Star, 73% free throw shooter this season. In the long sleeve, she was averaging 20 points and 9 rebounds a game.
No.
And that is the first missed free throw in her last 17 attempts.
You're not one of those superstitious people, are you?
I'm conveying the information that was relayed to me. Emma Traynor did a good job, the media relations contact for Ole Miss, pointing that out. She thought for sure she'd be wearing the sleeves today. It's cold outside, too. A few snowflakes falling as we came into the hump. Thienou against Russell. Nice follow from Jacobs.
Man, Thienou is just lightning fast.
11 points for Jacobs. Russell got through the lane. And it's back and forth right now. Only 4 points at the half. Russell now with 10. Scott against Poe. Madison Scott, first team All-SEC last year, also on the all-defensive team. 21 points today. 6 Central, and then the Longhorns and Lady Vols in a wee back pot game will play after that. 9 East. First time Mississippi State's just been able to run their half-court offense. We've been in transition so much in this game. Jacobs with the steal and an offensive foul.
For State, I just think they're really good at taking charges, aware out there on the floor, practice this kind of thing. Again, DeShields at 5'5", not afraid of a little contact. And
Prater just turned it over. She was not allowed to move along the baseline.
Technically, it's sort of like having a travel call with the ball inbounds. You can move your feet a little bit, but you can't take steps.
Thienou, there she goes.
Yep.
It's almost like when she's got the ball in her hands.
Good things happen.
Russell open for three. Anaya Russell.
Yeah, well, I was in 6'6".
No foul call. Deans doesn't make the three. Sam Purcell out, giving instructions to Russell. Russell gets rid of it. Jordan had it stripped. Russell trying to get it in. Intercepted by Deans. And then a foul.
I think the lob pass towards the backcourt would have been my last decision.
It's funny, I was working with Nikki Fargas last Thursday, and she said when she'd play a team like Ole Miss where you didn't want live ball turnovers, she'd just tell her players to throw the ball in the stands.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. Hold
throw
on
it to mom or dad.
Yeah. Anything but a live ball turnover for a layup.
Don't give it to the other team.
Oh, this is going to be a good ending to this game.
Poe is set to throw it in for Mississippi State. Full court pressure being applied by Ole Miss. Russell to Jordan. Jordan trying to get loose for the shot. Blocked by Madison Scott.
For State, haven't seen a Cott get involved really offensively here. But who will show up in this fourth quarter? That is really up to the players.
And both these teams projected to be in the NCAA tournament this year by Charlie Cream, but he says the winner of this game could move up to a 7 seed for now. McFall with a steal on the opening possession. Steps through and one. McFall this year, 78% free throw shooter. Her junior college jersey hangs in the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame this year. Kennedy Todd Williams. In and out, Akot with a rebound. 11 rebounds for Akot, 8 points. And the Bulldogs up by 1. Jordan with a hand in her face, in and out. Thienou slices down the lane, nice pass to Madison Scott. This for the tie. Hosting Vandy, followed by Missouri, taking on Texas.
Yeah, tough spot to pick up your dribble right there.
And that was a point of emphasis. Thienou will make them pay. Jordan gets a screen. How about that shot? Looks like we're on the playground. Kennedy Todd Williams short. Shot clock didn't expire until the shot was taken. McFall will pull it out and reset this Bulldog offense. And they want to try to get to the free throw line. Into a cut. And the defense just collapsed on her. Madison Scott running it down. And Madison Scott.
For a caught, she has made her presence known on the interior.
And Montague also can shoot the long-range shot as well. Good take by McFall. Missed it, got her miss. Kicks it out to Jordan. Jordan for three. Kayla Jordan with the three. Well, the men played into an overtime game last night. Will we have that today with the women? Stark Jacobs inside gets the bucket for the 2-point Rebel lead. Last time these two played an overtime game was against each other. Prater answers on the other end with the mid-range. Good switch. Thienou trying to get around. Kennedy Todd Williams looking inside. Scott was open on the baseline.
Big miss right there.
Russell on Scott to Akot. She can handle the ball, but loses it this time. And the jump ball will give it to Ole Miss.
Certainly her first time ever in this rivalry game.
Yeah, I think that's a key factor, too. A lot of these players, we pointed out top of the show, this is their first experience in this rivalry. Jacobs down the left side of the lane and finishes. 4-point lead for the Rebels.
And here for State, you cannot let this game get away from you. You need to be aggressive and assertive with the basketball.
Good steal. Thienou gives it up. Todd Williams and one.
State just looks like they're back on their heels offensively. They're not quite sure what they want to do. Ole Miss taking advantage of that.
Third foul on Akot. Kennedy Todd Williams, who got her degree in December, missed that free throw. Mississippi State, though, still not turning it over as most people do against Ole Miss. Jordan unable to get that three to go down. Kennedy Todd Williams will slow it down for the Rebels. Under 2 to play.
And this is where you'd like to see the Bulldogs be able to create some offense out of their defense, and they're just going to let the time run down.
6-point lead, certainly not a safe lead between these two. Maddie Scott, yes! Madison Scott has been incredible. 30 points for Maddie Scott. Russell answers on the other end.
They need to get a possession, be able to get into offense and get some looks.
Look at this inbound formation. 4 players out of bounds for Ole Miss. Actually, 5. 3 break. They get it into Sadler. Live ball turnover. Jordan caught it, but she's hurt. Hopefully she can play through it. Immediately grabbed her leg.
And State only with 1 timeout right now. He can't really burn it on that.
Russell going against Sadler. Blocked by Scott. And picked up by Thienou.
1 minute remaining.
Thienou, under a minute to play. Ole Miss trying to hang on to a 6-point lead. And a foul by Russell on Sadler. Scott set to inbound it. Mississippi State needs a stop and a bucket. Double team comes over. Underneath, Todd Williams. Oh, what vision at the top of the circle. Now moving to her left. And the 21 in white. Get it into Jordan. Jordan will shoot the 3 at the side of the backboard. An 8-point lead, and Mississippi State is going to surrender. Coach Yo and the Rebels come into Starkville and grab the win on the road. And Ole Miss will go to 4-2 in the SEC. Charlie Cream says it will move them up to at least a 7 seed for the moment. And Madison Scott, a career high 30 points, the epitome of what you want a student athlete to be and leader. And that is just a fantastic win today for Ole Miss. These two fierce rivals were worth the price of admission today.